tuned to Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
An open mind. What is an open mind? What is an open mind? An open mind is exactly what it's an open mind. I want to say greetings to each and everyone. Thanks for joining us once again in Thursday, Reason it Thursday, each and every Thursday, right here on Powerhouse Radio.com. Also live each right on the YouTube radio platform. Also on the Victorious 89.1 FM platform, YouTube, Facebook, all of the different social media platform, on the apps, tune-in apps as well. We also have our telephone listening line at 667-930-9036. You can listen in that way as well, and you don't miss any of your phone calls. Your phone calls will still come rolling in, and it will pick up where you left off. You may be a little bit behind, but it will pick up where it will pick up where you left off. We have a temporary telephone at 706-707-8952 that you could call in. All right. So we got a number that's on the screen. That's the number you could use to call in for today. We are still going to be having our old number, the 706-955-2001, but it's there is going through some transitioning to get to us. All righty. So once it get to us, then that will be the number that we're reverting back to, because we've had that number for about 18 years. So we don't want to change it. All right. We don't want to change that number. So we're going to keep that number, and but it's going through some transitioning to get to us. But that's all right. It's not going to get to it. It's gonna get to it. See it. All right. Yes. How are you all doing, panel? What a guan, what a guan. Starting up top
Rock one.
himself. Big man, the respecter, what a guan with you. Wait, I beard up. The respect I get beard up
The
in it.
robbery. The robbery.
Oh, robbery a guan.
Yeah, the robbery.
Oh, okay. We're hearing the echo in the background there. Um,
Makers.
and we've muted everyone. Yeah, so all right. So blessings to you. The next one up top there, Queen. What a guan, what a guan.
I'm good, I'm good. I'm good. Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome panel, listeners. Um, Tune in. Remember, pass it on. Pass it on to your friends, family. Tell them we're on. Mm.
All right. Underneath Queen there, we got Jai. What's a guan? What's a guan?
Happy Thursday.
And next to Jai, we have Michele. What's a guan? What's a guan?
Hey, how you doing? Good night, good evening. It's so nice to be here today. Can't wait to get started with everyone. Looking forward to a great night.
Most definitely. And right next to Michele, Noni the Juice. What's a guan? What's a guan?
Rock one. This is Noni the Juice. So happy to be here tonight. Welcome everybody to our most amazing Reasoning Thursdays every Thursday. We welcome all of you. Please tell a friend to tell a friend, family member, to tune in on all of those platforms. And we look forward to a great night.
Yes, most definitely, man. And I'm Lady D. I'm Lady D. What someone said. So, Lady D, you are the commentator. I said, really? I guess is that my name? I don't know, but anyway, we're
The
host.
director. We
We're
gonna give director.
gosh,
Well, she should be what, the moderator?
moderator. Yeah, let's say
Yeah.
moderator. How about that?
What we give her. She has several titles. It's okay.
Don't say
Yeah. Isn't that a woman's job, right? Don't we have
yeah.
Yeah. And look, Lady D, mistress, not master, mistress of ceremony.
All right. Listen that. Well, you think I'm broad, both.
That's a big hat.
No, no. There's no difference because we do just as a good job or even better. So we're
That's
still
right.
master. No, we're master ceremony. You know, remember they used to say actors and actresses. Now they just mostly say actors because
Oh,
Lady D to me, she's always in her femininity. So
hello.
Lady. Always. You heard that. You heard it.
Hey,
lady,
Lady.
lady.
boy, we already reasoning on things already, huh?
all right.
Right, Michelle.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you know what? I'll call myself Jack of all trades, master of none. How about that?
We love that too.
Okay.
Pick up yourself, Don. Don says greeting panels. Greetings.
Greetings,
Greetings,
Don.
Don. Hi.
Good
Don
to have
L.
you here with us tonight.
You. Yes, most definitely, man. Near and far. We just want to say big ups to each and every one that has it locked right here. Also want to say big shouts. You choose a radio. Their anniversary is coming up. And so we want to say big shouts to the massive and crew for You Choose Radio. Alrighty, and they're doing their anniversary. You know what? Yeah, they're doing their anniversary. So we're gonna make some announcements on that as I'm trying to pull it up here. Yeah, but it's a good thing. So congratulations and happy anniversary to you all once again. And I guess the big shing bing is going to be happening around the corner. That's how they say it. Around the corner is when the big shing bing in New York City is going to be happening for the massive and crew over there. So I want to say big shouts to them once again. Once again, I'm trying to pull this up here because I just want to touch it and then we could start our reasoning. But anyway, let's start the reasoning. Let's just dive on in there because you know what? I have to say big shouts to the massive and crew because you all logged in and we're starting just about on time. And because you know what we said, we can't keep arriving late. We've got to come on time so that and we're never late. We're just right on time. What they said, we're right on time. Nothing happened before the time, right? And when we come in, we deliver. Right, massive? We
Yeah.
definitely deliver. All right. Well, big shouts once again to each and every one. Well, let's dive in there. We're gonna dive in there because we have a lot of different topics to reason on and a lot of sad things that has been happening as well. A lot of sad things are happening as well. Want to say shouts to Mama Acid. Gave us a call day before yesterday, as a matter of fact, and was telling us about a couple of things that are going on that she feel that we should share. Um, that she feel we should share in regards to the bombing, Israel bombing, and the war and all of these the alleged war that may be coming around and all of those things. Yeah. Some Marjorie Taylor Greene. So We may touch a little bit of it, but we're going to do some more research and bring it back. And gas prices, I don't know if anyone saw the gas is gas prices going up in your area, because due to all of this bombing thing, gas prices are going up, supposed to be going up, up, up. So we're going to look into that as well. I went yesterday, I went day before yesterday, I went to the gas and I filled up. It was like $3.19, and I hadn't saw the changes yet at the pump because I went back today and I did not see changes as yet. But we will continue to watch it and see what's going on and what's going to happen. Mama Acid set up there in Michigan. It went from I think 350 to now 389. So let's see what's going on in your neck of the woods. Just let's watch it and see what's going on. And it's encouraged that you go on and get some extra gas, go fill up your gas tank, go fill up your um if you have those extra gas, the
Gas can.
gas cans. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jack. The extra gas cans for you all to fill those up too, because the prices are supposed to be skyrocketing, based off of what took place, and it's a lot. So I don't have all my notes. I ran out and left all my notes on it that Mama Acid was giving me in regards to the crisis and the meetings that are going on now. And with those meetings, it is alleged that those have been meetings and discussions in regards to possible World War III, and the side that America will be taking on that due to us no longer being in the NATO. So some great information was shared as always, and we definitely appreciate Mama Acid with her insight on those things. And we're going to get into it. We're going to research a lot more of that and bring that to you all in its entirety next week. Definitely. We're going to touch some of the stuff because we're hoping that it's not too late that we bring it to you next week. So we're going to try to dive into a little of it. But the headliner all over the place. Did we say greedy? Yeah, we did. The headliner all over the place is the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. I think everyone and their mama is talking about this unaliving with this individual and this person, and there's warnings going out to immigrants on what not to say and what is to say. Thanks, Don, for sending that bit in to us. And I guess there's a whole host of things, things that 47 is planning. Like is he planning something where he's bigging this man up, or or what? Um and I think that while in our reasoning on this particular topic, we need to also touch gun reform and the other things that are being overshadowed with things such as this the unaliving of Charlie Kirk, and other things that are being not reasoned on and discussed. That is more important. Is this a way to cover up these things? So let me stop chit-chatting and throwing stuff in there. We have that on the list. We have Tori Brenham. This they said the Karen of Georgia. Well, what is South Korea going to do? We're going to reason on that a little bit there too. Yeah, PNP, as we discussed last week and so on PNP. JLP has won the election, but there's a lot of upsets that are going on in the midst of this win, and what is, it's crazy. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about we're going to a little topic away from all of the other chaos. We're going to reason on if someone, what is, if you were to rob or you were to break into someone's home, what would you take to inconvenience them? All right, we want to touch that. And we also want to touch, do black folks let poverty look good? We want to reason on that as well. Yeah. Yeah. So let's dive in there, panel. Let's dive right on in there. Who want to just do we want to knock out the Kirk business quickly and then dive into PMP, Jamaica politics, and then dive into um
Or we can do, if you want to do Charlie Kirk first, we can lighten it with one of the other topics and then dive into the next.
okay, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great. That sounds great.
Okay.
Greetings and salutations to you. Let's gripe. Good evening.
Ah,
Says
good evening.
Thursday. Blessings to you, blessings to you, blessings to you. All right, so let's get into that. Let's get Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, so Charlie Kirk, right? He's
Who want
31
to touch
years.
that? Michelle? Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Charlie Kirk, 31 years old. He was a political activist, author, conservative, and a strong proponent of the right to bear arms, right? He supported 47 heavily. So, as we know, he was at an event, Utah Valley University, talking about violence. And as he was discussing about gun violence, he was unalived with a gunshot to the neck, right? And the fascinating things that people continue talking about this man, right, is that he had quoted, "Some gun deaths are worthwhile price to pay for the preservation of the Second Amendment right, which is the right to bear guns, right to bear arms." So, it's a conversation all over the internet. People are talking about different things, right? And that's what we're here to reason about. And I just want to say one more thing, that 47 is going to lower the flags half staff, which is only done for, yeah, which is only done for, that's what he's calling to do. It's only done for political politicians, officials, and dignitaries, which Kirk is none of those things.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, the money that is spent on this investigation is. I was watching a video, and the amount of feds, the amount of police combing the areas, and I'm saying all this resource. I mean, one of these children out there is lost. I don't see that many people, that many police looking for them. They're using up so much of the taxpayers' resource on this situation. And it is, like Michelle said, it is being conducted as a diplomatic thing, or someone in high places, and that's how it's being conducted. And a lot of people get assassinated in the black communities and what have you, and it's not upfront like this. So I'm wondering why. What is behind it? Is it really 47 behind it, or what?
Well, Let's Gripe
So,
says no one should die for their views. That's been going on to blacks forever. Jai, I heard
Yeah.
you ready to say.
Yes, that's true.
okay.
Mhm.
So I agree with that statement, but I think what I wanted to say, and this might touch on the immigration have not wanting to express their opinion, the immigrants rather not wanting to express their opinions on the matter. What I'm going to say, I feel like I might address that as well. So I feel like first, I think it's okay for you to not be as empathetic, but still have that view that it's not okay what happened to him. Okay. I also don't agree with the narrative that's being ran, like we're supposed to wash everything under the table that he represented, all because of the way his demise. And this is another controversial one, but I do agree because I have watched him a few times. Um, in a sense, if you want to look at it in another way, kind of like the black community, he died for his cause, right? He didn't believe in empathy. He didn't believe in a lot of things. Um, and I don't think us us not agreeing with the way his demise happened, we should take away the fact of who he really is. So my viewpoint and my opinion is he's a bigot. He's racist. He's one of those Christian nationalists. If you really go and take a deep dive in the rhetoric that he was spreading, and this is to the younger generation, it's kind of scary what he was preaching to them, you know. But I do also agree with the whole you have a right to say what you want to say, First Amendment, right? um Now when he made that comment in regards to the Second Amendment, that was after a school shooting. What I also wanted to say, and this might go over, but there was a school shooting the same day that this happened, if nobody was aware, in
Yeah.
Colorado, where a kid died and or a teacher, a kid passed away, and two children were hurt. You know, so yesterday was, excuse my language, but a shit show. Now this is my distaste for the whole entire thing. I don't like him either. I didn't agree. I don't, well, you know what? I don't know him not to like him. So I take that back. I don't agree with where he stands with a lot of things. I don't agree, obviously, because at the end of the day, he was preaching if you did not look like him, you were the enemy, right?
Mhm.
But if we're going to have a conversation about protecting children, excuse my language, hell, I might not even like his wife. You're encouraging the foolishness, right? You lay in bed with this man, you're encouraging the foolishness. But he has kids. And to go on social media and to see that this man murder is plastered everywhere. It's not even headlines, it's the actual footage, right?
Yeah.
These are little kids. And
Yeah.
I think that the world is getting a little too insensitive to how that may impact a lot of people, because yes, I understand that they're his kids, but that does not mean that they don't deserve an opportunity to maybe view the world to see how they want to present themselves, right? But and that's their dad. They love their dad the same way we love our parents, right? Nobody wants that. They're little kids now. Imagine when they're 15. Once it's on the internet, that's it. Imagine when they're 15 and they're able to Google their dad's name and pull up his murder video. When I watched it, you see the blood fly out of his neck. Do
Woo!
you know how gruesome this is?
It is gruesome.
And
Yes.
it's on social media. And
Yes.
it blows my mind that people think that that's okay. I understand. We don't agree with what he stood for, and I don't either. But I'm also not a person who feels like I'm a person who feels like we're all human, so we all sin, right? And supposedly one sin is not greater than the other, right? So I also view it as, so if I'm a sinner and you a sinner, who the hell am I to pull a trigger on you? Because I don't like what you have to say. I make him beat you down. If I want to punch you in the face, I can punch you in the face, right? It doesn't make it right, but you're walking away with a life that I didn't give to you, right? Who am I to do that? And that's my argument on that one. I don't agree with us trying to mask who he was. Say who he is. It's okay to say you didn't like him. It's okay to say you probably thought he went to go meet downstairs, right? But I still don't agree with I don't agree with how he went at the hands of someone else. I don't think. Now I do also agree with the argument with what you put out there. Sometimes you got to be mindful of what may come back to you, right?
Okay.
You're
That's what
shaking a
I was
table
saying.
and
Exactly.
you're going to piss people off. And one
Yep.
thing my
Mm-hmm.
mother always said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it,
I was
right?
saying.
So if you're consistently offending people, and I'm not justifying what happened, we're just being realistic about emotions, right?
Yes.
If you're consistently attacking someone or someone consistently feels attacked, you're going to these predominantly
Target.
YT places, You literally passed away in the middle of a statement about black people and gang violence.
Mhm.
Let's be clear, okay? You were in the middle of a sentence attacking a group of people. So it's just, I don't know. It blows my mind. I think what my personal belief is, and allegedly, of course, they're gonna make it a political thing because he's a conservative. He's 47s. You know, he rides for 47.
Yeah.
But a part of me feels like the argument really needs to be about what's humanity and inhumanity. You know?
Yeah.
Definitely agree. Definitely agree with you.
Yes.
I definitely full 100 agree.
Yes.
You know, you
We are.
know what the
No one
sad
needs to
part is
play.
that
No one needs to play God in this situation. No one needs to play. Should play God in this in life. Period.
Exactly.
Assassinate anyone. Um,
Yeah.
Scribe says it's a distraction. Um,
Yeah.
God Minded says, Lady D, I dropped something on this topic in the messenger. Yeah, we did most definitely receive it.
Oh, and
And
sorry, the last part I was going to say about the immigration piece that I wanted to touch on. The reason why that conversation, they want you to tiptoe around it, at least to me, is because of the volume that's going on behind how they're going about the immigration, the ICE thing, right?
yeah,
But I think it's okay for you to voice your opinion because again, well, and they're saying that too because before it even came out, first they arrested an old guy, now they're looking for a young white guy, and would it be petty for us to say white on white crime?
yeah.
You
Oh.
know, but then it's like i
okay,
think i think why they don't want immigrants to really have a comment on anything is because out the gate when it happened, out the gate, they're coming for us. This is conservatives, this is Christian nationalist, this is everybody who hates everybody that's not them. They want to kill us. It's the end of the world. And so now it's essentially like they're gonna try to attack you, but
Exactly.
really and truly your kind did this. This is white
Yes.
on white crime,
Yep.
but we're getting the blame, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Les Gripe says, well said. Queen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go and then the respecter. Go ahead and then Michelle. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, sometimes too, people tend to get carried away with certain issues and certain situations that occur. And then they're also drop drop back where look at these ones that were accused, but they were only called in because they were a suspect, and yet still they're now saying that they're being threatened. um I mean, literally threatened. Some of them can't go out and what have you because I guess evidently the media released those names of those people, so now they're going through that. Sometimes these things, they're blown out of proportion than they should be, especially when it comes to white, being murdered or killed or abused or what have you. They tend to get preference. And I don't mean to hit on the racial thing, but it is part of it because of what he believes in. And like you said, we don't agree and condone anyone being shot or killed. But then again, like, Joy said, sometimes you sow certain seeds, and certain seeds you reap certain grease, and that's what's going on. And I'm sorry for the family and also the families who are suffering because of this, but this happens all the time in America, and not just America, but all over the world. That people are being assassinated daily. You know what I mean? Especially in the Middle East and Europe. People are being assassinated almost every day. Someone is assassinated. So it's a norm, and it becomes a norm now. And what can we do about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Um, The respecter is next, but let me read this real quick as to what Don Minot had sent in regards to the immigrants being warned, you know, as to not speak ill of what has taken place. So it states here that a top state department official on Thursday warned foreigners in the U.S. against praising the death of Charlie Clerk, the conservative influencer who was shot and killed at an event in Utah on Wednesday. In light of yesterday's horrific assassination of a leading political figure, I want to underscore that foreigners who glorify violence and hatred are not welcome visitors to our country.
Call from
In the U.S.,
None.
praising the death of. All right,
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Yeah, caller. Could you hold the line?
Hi, good night, all.
Hey, good night, Donna. Good night. Hold the line real quick. Let me finish
Okay.
reading this, and then we'll hear what the respect said, and then take your statement. In light
Okay.
of I want to underscore the foreigners who glorify violence and hatreds are not welcome visitors to our country. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landu said in a Thursday morning post on the social platform X. I have been disgusted to see some on social media praising, rationalizing, or making light of the event, and have directed our consular officials to undertake appropriate action. Landu added, please feel free to bring such comments by foreigners to my attention so that the State Department can protect the American people. And there's also $100,000 award that is out to find the person or information leading to the arrest of the suspect. But what I find about that statement is really not good. I think that once again, immigrants are being targeted, which we shouldn't be targeted. Because what happened to persons whom are not immigrants, who are not foreigners, that are talking bad? You know what I'm saying? So I think that Ledu need to check himself on that statement. I don't think that that should be a statement that should be made or even put it out in public and asking persons to tell them when a foreigner says something. That is just not appropriate. I don't think at all. And you're going back to discriminating against foreigners for something that we didn't that I'm quite sure that it's not a foreigner who committed this act. You know, the respecter, go ahead.
Yeah, this was a sacrifice. This was not really a murder. It was a sacrifice. And it was designed to get the reaction from black and brown people. Somebody really wants a civil war or some kind of war in this country. Reason to come for every one of us. Do as they please. This was no accident. It was designed. This man, regardless of his hatefulness, his behavior, he have a family, young people. And I don't know what it's going to take for government, those who are hateful, to stop and look at the younger ones. The younger ones are going through hell. And like Jai said earlier, the wives who may not be agreeing with husband can just think about the misery, living in fear, trying to make sense to a husband, to a wife, to somebody as to why they're doing what they're doing is wrong. It's almost like these people have no balls, man. They just go along with somebody Even though maybe they're not hateful, but they're going along with someone who is to be a part of, because it seems like they love power. And the only power they want to exercise is against black and brown. They don't have no intention of hurting themselves, harm themselves, kill themselves.
I don't mean to cut you off, the respecter, but I did want to add on to what you were saying. Um, I forgot to say this part as well. Just so you have an idea on who this man was, he once said that if his daughter was SA'd and got pregnant, that he would make her carry that baby to term and have it. So I just wanted to add that in there. This is the type of person that we're talking about right now.
Yeah. I mean, most of us don't believe in hate, no matter who the hate is towards. And there's nowhere in history that black people hate on white people or any other race. We hate on ourselves more than anybody else. So this race war thing that's going on, that no one in government is brave enough, courageous enough to say, okay, president, stop. Governor General, stop. FBI, stop. They're all afraid because they all got something to hide. Everybody has something on somebody, and they're afraid to speak out against. And this continues. Who's next? It's going to be another person. Because they're not going to stop until a race war is starting.
Donna. Okay, looks like Donna
Hello.
got this.
Hi, I had muted the phone.
Oh, okay, great. All
Okay,
righty.
yes.
Go ahead. You wanted to make a statement?
What? Okay, I just tuned in. I was just listening, trying to catch up to hear what you guys were talking about. I overheard something about Haiti and something. I'm not even quite sure what you guys
No,
were.
we didn't talk about Haiti at all. We were talking about the Charlie Kirk unaliving.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This
So
is in Dakota,
Utah.
yes.
Utah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
go ahead and tune in a little bit more and get a little brief as to what we're reasoning. Or do you are aware of that is that unaliving, correct?
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about it. So, I mean, I didn't get the full story. I didn't actually, but I heard a lot of discussions about, the unaliving of this person. I thought it was that's why I asked you if it was Dakota.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just have to do some more. I have to review that some more so that I can speak on it because I don't want to speak on something that I don't have the full information on.
All righty.
It's a brief
Well,
one.
definitely we'll tune in and listen in and just
Yeah.
if you feel like calling back and jiving with us in regards to that conversation, if we don't move on, then most definitely feel free
Right,
to.
because I thought that you guys were talking about 9/11, so I wanted to make my you said call in. I didn't actually hear because somebody had came to see me,
Okay.
and then I was
Yeah, we're
talking to them.
definitely going to give our little moment of silence and all these things on 9/11. So that's
Right.
coming up as
Okay.
well. So tune in on that one, okay?
Okay. I
All
sure
right.
will.
All right. Blessings.
All right.
Okay. To Michelle, you wanted to touch this topic?
Yeah, I just wanted to jump on what Jai and everybody's saying. The point was, yes, you should be able to speak about someone because that's who they were, that's what they embraced, and not going to change the story because they passed. Especially you're a political someone who's out there. That's one. Two, just because you disagree with someone and you don't believe in their beliefs, no matter how hateful it is, doesn't mean that that person should be killed. Because, on the flip side, if someone who believes the same beliefs we do, we wouldn't want anything to happen to them either. So, everyone should be protected and be able to say what they want to say. And the last piece I wanted to add was when we're talking about the school shooting. Yes, it happened in Colorado at Evergreen High School on Wednesday at about 2:24 p.m. Was a 16-year-old white young man, and he shot at 2 of his classmates who were injured, and 3 of them went to the hospital critically in critical condition. He unalived himself.
Mm.
Yeah. And they said it might be he was part of an extremist network. They're still researching about it. And he used a revolver. He went right into the school and just started shooting. So
So
yeah.
sad. And this is what I mean by, like, no offense, but people like Charlie Kirk, um, it's so sad that they want to keep the nonsense going. And I feel like the respecter said, I feel like we don't bother anybody, and I don't understand why they continuously want to make us the enemy. My theory is that because I continue, like, I'm into higher education, and so once I'm stuck on something, I get to digging. And I understand that not everybody owned a slave, and I understand all of that. But the thing I feel like they may feel like, and this is the YTs, government officials, whoever, is that if we really decided or really had enough knowledge on what was happening from slavery times till now, and we decided that we wanted to seek revenge, it's almost like they're afraid that we're trying to seek revenge when really we just want to live. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, it happened. We're not happy about it, but I think you're condemning us because we just want to live. And
Yeah.
it blows my mind that people like him, you continuously feed even the younger generation these narratives or these ideologies that they believe, to keep the nonsense going.
Yeah.
And I think that's what pisses a lot of people off. And I feel like that played a big role in what happened to him. Even this school shooting that just happened in Colorado, that's being kind of overshadowed right now. It's like, you guys took away how much funding for kids to be able to have mental health care access, even in schools. And he went with a revolver. You know, you have to load every bullet to a revolver.
Mhm.
And with what you all are saying there, um, he was warned. It is alleged that he was warned he would be 100% unalive at university event.
Oh wow.
Right? It says the security expert warned Charlie Kirk that there was a 100% chance he would be killed while speaking at university campuses before he was tragically shot.
It was too controversial.
Yeah, Kirk, who, yeah, so I mean, like, and it's,
But sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead,
If you
Michelle.
think about it, how does someone walk? But you have to think, how far was that bullet? Like, how does someone walk with the I don't know if it was a revolver or a rifle or what. I don't know what he used to the bullet to unalive this person, unalive
From
Kirk.
what
Like,
from what I
how do you work? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Queen.
No, I was saying from what I read and what I saw, they're saying that what happened was that he was invited on campus. I guess most likely it would be student government that might have invited him. But anyway, they said the shooter, he went through the side. He came up and went through the side hallway and up the stairs. So evidently, it seemed like he was up on top of the roof or something of that nature.
I was
In
gonna
order,
say that was a
yeah,
sniper shot, and it was
Yeah.
yeah,
clean. If you
yeah.
Yeah.
see the video, it was so clean. That was a
So much.
professional.
Oh,
And
definitely.
one shot. This was one shot.
And
Well,
then it hit him, and you had to, if you ever watched the video, and I'm sorry if you have like a queasy stomach, but
Yeah,
like
I did.
the amount of blood that, because I'm telling you, it
Gosh.
gushed.
Mhm.
Mm,
You know they hit an artery.
yeah,
mm,
yeah.
mm.
You
So
know what?
So that's
You know what is
that
also
sounds
a
like a
sad thing?
sniper, you know.
You
yeah.
know what also is a sad thing right now is flags being at half staff and all of these stuff.
Yeah. That's
And
too
and,
much.
and on top of all of that, right now 47 is removing security detail from vice
Mm,
presidents and
Yeah.
Oh
what
yeah,
is
they're
it
going for her.
on their lives.
mm,
If something, so if a person of like Charlie Kirk and something like that can happen to him, what are you leaving open
Exactly.
for our vice presidents, such as Kamala. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
And
Kamala
it
yeah.
also,
are removing security
yeah.
detail from Biden, who you're considering removing, alleged removing security detail from. Those are some serious things, and I'm hoping that he really take into consideration what he's proposing.
Yep. And
Hmm.
then with the vice president, they only have detail for a limited amount of time. And Biden had increased the amount of time for extended the amount of time for Kamala Harris to continue to have her detail. But eventually it's going to expire. So he really didn't need to do anything about it. I guess he just wanted to be out there so his supporters see, oh, look what I'm doing.
And I
Yeah.
also
It's
think
going
that
to
that
expire
law, I
anyway.
also think that that law needs to change,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because these people, these individuals have gotten a lot of enemies. They was representing our country, and they have acquired a lot of enemies with some of the policies, some of the things that was happening during their tenure as vice presidents or even presidents. I think those are to be continued. Security details should happen for those individuals.
Yeah. Because they
Be-
only do it for presidents get the lifetime.
yes,
Only presidents.
yeah,
But I understand what you're
that's
saying.
yeah, and they should reconsider that.
I agree.
I think
Hmm.
because they're just as
Yes.
important as the presidents, because they had a lot of duties that they had to carry out, and just
And they
like
were privy to information.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
something had happened, if something had happened to the president, they are the next one in line.
Mhm.
So I think they should get the same amount of security detail as a president would have gotten. Donna says people are misusing the Secret Service, who has access to deadly weapons. Okay, but I'm talking in the line of, you have presidents and vice presidents whom were representatives, was going out there and carrying out duties for this country, for this country. So carrying out deadly, if they have deadly weapons, they're not there telling them what to do with the deadly weapons. They're having them to protect them. It's different when they're ordering them to do something versus protecting these important people lives. That put their life at risk for this country. So I think that's the least that we can do, is to um, at least help to protect them. So it's time. We're going to move on. We're going to move on from anyone else wanted to drop something before we moved on real quick with this individual. And we just want to give our condolences, our prayers of comfort to the family and to the children, the wife, just to, friends, colleagues, um, and to all the viewers that had to witness such a horrific thing being played out on television. It was horrific. Social media. It was horrific. And I think that us people need to start to have some type of empathy to people's lives, as even Jai was saying. You know, we need to stop showing these unalivings and these graphic things on these social media, on television, on wherever it is being exposed. I think these platforms need to find a way to stop this, to stop putting these things out, having persons to put these things out on these social media. And these are things that will never erase. So these children one day can grow up and see this, as Jai said. It's just a horrible, wicked thing
Yeah.
for anyone. All righty.
Or even
But lady, you know
or
how
even if it's
society is. You know how society is. It's about money, and the more of those things come out, it's the more they sell. You
yeah,
know, they
that's true.
don't sell positive things. They sell negative things, and
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
society. Mhm.
We also want to send our prayers out to the family in Colorado that at the same time this and unaliving was taking place, there were children who were being preyed upon.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to send our prayers out to the children whom survived this school attack. You know,
Um,
and just pray for the individual that removed himself.
the last thing that I wanted to say was I know there's a lot of back and forth about, well, they did it to this person and this happened to this person. Why should we feel bad for this? I'm not telling anybody how to feel, but I also don't believe in allowing situations and stances change who you are. Um, Again, I don't agree with a lot of the things that he presented, but I'm a firm believer in I don't unless I have to, which I still would probably beat myself down if I ever had to take a life for somebody else's stupidity. But I don't agree with that. And I stand on that. I don't like him. He's a bigot. He's a racist. He's everything I don't like. But I don't agree with it. And I think it's okay to not agree with it and to stand in your own, no matter what the world is showing us.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All righty. So we're just gonna move on. Let's go to, we're gonna just lighten it up just for a little bit, and then we're gonna get back hard into 9/11. um so, and give a little quick moment of silence for all of the individual who perished in the 9/11 attack. I know Donna feels that it's not a 9/11 attack, and in regards to the Secret Service and the vice president, she says they got 81 million votes, which is even more reason why they need to be protected. Um, and then we're going to touch a little bit on the Jamaica politics. So, real quick, you all, having, if you were to break into someone's house, what would you take to inconvenience them? After this, we're going to get into the other topics. It's just a quick, someone sent it in and we just wanted to touch that. And if you have a topic that you would like to be discussed, send it to depowerhouseradio@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Instagram. You can hit us up on Facebook and send your topics in. That's dapowerhouse@gmail.com if you have a reasoning topic that you would like to be discussed. The respect, you was trying to say something?
All the toilet paper.
That's a good one.
So Respect said if they were going to break it or rob somebody's house, and thank you, caller. Thank you, listener, for this topic. If you were going to break in and rob somebody's house, what would you take to inconvenience them? The Respecter says all the toilet paper. Okay.
Anything else to respect that?
Soap.
It's good. It's good to laugh. After that serious topic, there is good to laugh.
Yes.
So you'll take the soap and the toilet paper. All right, all right. I would take all their pipes so that no one could bathe, flush the toilets.
Ooh.
They
I want to
but
be
if
on
they
your
sleep
bad
and they're gonna
side.
wake up, you busting their walls.
I,
Listen, I don't want to be on your bad
Oh,
side, Lady D.
okay. So if I touch that, then that's me. Oh, so if I break the walls, they're gonna hear me. That's what you
Yeah,
said.
you got to remember you broke in there, so the
Oh,
goal is to still be quiet.
okay. So I can't take the toilets then. Okay. To inconvenience them, they could go to the supermarket the next day and buy food. So that won't be inconveniencing. Let me think some more on it. Let me think some more. I'll cut all the wires. I'll cut all the wires, electricity. They can't hear that. So I'll cut all the wires. I'll cut all
You
the
know what
You want to do
mine
some
is?
major damage.
Mine is on my way out. I would take the car.
That's what I was gonna say. I would take the car keys. I would take all the car keys.
You know what? Based on what the Respecter said, he made me think. I would just take all the toothbrushes and toothpaste.
But some people don't brush their teeth.
Oh Lord! Oh my God!
What about you, Jai? What would you take?
Oh, I'm Betty Betty.
You
I
take-
want you to know. I don't even want you to figure it out until it's time to figure it out. So you know how people got the push start cars? I'm taking the battery out the keychain out the key lock. I'm taking all the forks and spoons out the drawer. I'm taking the lids to the pots. No more simmering or boiling soup.
Oh, that's a good one.
Um,
That's a good one.
what else am I taking? Like you said, I'm taking the toilet paper. I'm taking what else would I take? I would take the lug nuts off the tire.
Oh my
No, that's gonna
God.
make noise. That will make noise.
Listen, don't mess with you guys. We know. Listen, the respect you taking notes. Who you don't want to mess with? Noni, you taking notes. Who you don't want to mess with?
I'm switching the doorknobs.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
are you gonna
work.
be able to do that at night? Remember you breaking in at night? Remember?
Yep. What else am I doing? Oh, listen,
Taking off
I'm gonna change
notes
the
for
fabric
the
softener
TV.
with bleach.
What did you say?
Changing the fabric softener with bleach.
Ooh,
Listen, I'm going
That
crazy.
is wicked. That is wicked.
leave Jai
No, because
alone.
if I'm breaking in your
Don't
house and
element.
I want to inconvenience you, I don't like you. So now I gotta make sure you don't figure out what's going on until it happened.
Listen, don't mess with Jai at all.
No,
Leave her alone.
That's right.
Leave
I'm
her.
putting Nair in the
Apologize. No, apologize.
conditioner.
Oh, listen, apologize to her. Don't mess with her.
oh my God.
Oh Lord, Nair in the conditioner. Oh my God.
She's vicious, right?
Yeah, that's vicious.
Oh, that was a good laugh, though.
I'm gonna turn off the water on the fridge. You gonna
Oh
be like,
God.
"Where's the ice?"
That was good. That was a good release. That's a good release.
Yeah, what?
Want to say big shouts to You Choose Radio. You Choose Radio, big up yourself. Want to also say their anniversaries coming up. YouTooseRadio.com 5th year anniversary. After work, they have artists such as Lee Major, Dafari Congo, Tilly Bang, Snapper Chef, Remy Rich, Flash Mo, Dane. They have Blue Lion, Prospect, DJ Raga. All right, it's going to be hosted by Carrion Brown and MC Life. This is taking place September the 26th, 5 p.m. showtime, 7:30 p.m. Oh no, 5 p.m. the doors open and 7:30 it's showtime. So it's free admission. And it's going to be taken at City Point Mall, ground floor 445 Gold Street, and that's in Brooklyn, New York. For more information, 762-436-4138. So we want to say big shouts to the entire You Choose Radio Massive and crew. And it's being put on by the Boss Entertainment, KSC, Maintenance, Akita Entertainment, and Cutlass Records and Distributions. So big shouts to you all and to all of the artists and to each and every one that put together You Choose. So massive shouts go out to you all. DJ VJ Smiles, Ross Dougal, big shouts go out to each and every one. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. So let's dive back in. Are we gonna touch the 9/11? Are we gonna touch some quick nibbits on PN on the politics? You want to get 9/11 out the way, and then we touch a quick Jamaica politics, and then we go back to another one of our listeners' topic. Well, do black folks let poverty look cool? Yeah, we want to talk about that. So it's 9:05 on the Powerhouse clock. Be sure if you would like to advertise or you would like to be a sponsor for any of the programming here on DA Powerhouse Radio, definitely give us a link up at 470-301-2552 or hit us up at dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. You can listen to us live on our telephone lines as well at 667-930-9036. You can go to our website at www.dapowerhouseradio.com. You can check us out on the TuneIn app on Facebook, YouTube, and that's for our talk programs for the social media. And be sure to join us for the Lady D show every Saturdays from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. right here on DA Powerhouse Radio. Also, be sure to listen to All About Love, Nothing But Love. And coming back a week after next is Let's Gripe. We'll be on the ones and twos. And as you're doing right now, listening to Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays, right here on DA Powerhouse Radio. Check out You Choose Radio sometime, and also Victorious 89.1. They have great and fabulous programming as well. So let's get down to the boogie. Tori Bertram, let's knock her out the woods. You want to knock her out the woods, or let's
I
do
thought we was doing 9/11.
9/11. Let's go to 9/11. Well, we just want to take a quick moment of silence for all the individuals that perished in the 9/11. So let's take that moment. How about that? All right. So, where were you on 9/11? I was at that time, I was doing a quick little stint by driving a school bus, and I was um driving the school bus and driving some children, and I just finished the route, and I got the when I pulled up to park, I got one of the bus drivers came and say, "Hey, Lady D, you know, here say one another Jamaican came to me and said, Lady D in the air said them bomb up the World Trade Tower and all of that." So I said, "What?" I started to panic because I have a niece that work at the World Trade Center, and she just had a baby, and she was to go back to work. So I started to say, "Oh my God, I'm praying that she didn't go back and she's not in there." And I started calling everyone on the phone, trying to figure out where is she okay? And I couldn't get anyone on the phone. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Oh my God," I started to pray, pray, pray. And then some texts started to come in. She didn't go to work. She didn't go to work. She just end up didn't feel, she just said she just wanted to stay home an extra day with the baby. So I definitely had to just thank God and say thank you, Lord, that she made the decision of staying home. So it was a really, really not it was a really, really crazy thing. Want to say before I go, big ups to you, Debbie Butler. Debbie Butler was laughing at, I guess, what we would take out of someone's house. Um, but so big up yourself, Debbie Butler. But yeah, it was a sad time. And a lot of persons lost lives, even with whatever Donna want to say was a um it was a conspiracy and all of these things. A lot of people lost their lives, and a lot of people to this day is paying for it health wise. So if this was something that the government did or didn't do, then either which way, I think the moment of silence is warranted, because a lot of families were affected and a lot of lives were taken. um I know Donna always come with this theory of how can a plane knock down the World Trade Center, the buildings, the Twin Towers. And I don't know. I don't know if it was a bomb from the inside out. I don't know. All I know is that my niece lost a lot of coworkers, a lot of people that she considered to be her friends, and a lot of people lost lives. So
Yeah,
um
yeah,
that's my thought on it. Anyone else want to give a quick thought on it?
yeah. I was in the classroom when it happened. I was in the classroom, and we were right. getting ready to start our lessons, but I always give them a treat and let them watch a program on the TV. And then it was a news flash on there. And I said, what? And I saw it, in the thing, the first one I didn't see, but the second one I saw that they were showing it on the TV and what have you. And again, I did think of friends, and I had a friend that worked with NBC News on the fifth floor. And up to this day, I haven't heard anything about her, and I wondered if she was in there too at that time. But I remember she took me up there one time to the newsroom, and she took me around and showed me around. So I remember how it's set up. And I thought about it, and I said, my God, did she get, caught up in it or not? Because I never heard anything back from her up to this day. So, again, like Lady said, that moment of silence was very important because there were people that lost their lives, or people that people knew that lost their lives, even the firefighters, the emergency responders, my hat goes out to them, because that was a big happening in the US.
Yeah. Rowan Clark says, bless up, cuz. Rowan says, I was in Jamaica taking my daughter and wife to school, listening to the radio in the car when I heard the sad news. Yes, it was. And Donna says, no one died. They're being held hostage. Oh,
Oh, here she. Oh, she go. Go ahead.
anybody else want to comment on the 9 and 11?
I do.
During
I
9
can remember it well.
Yeah.
I was literally taking my little ones to a play date. We had our lunches packed. We were headed to a park nearby. Had packed their lunches and everything, and we were literally, shutting everything down, the computers and the TV, and there it was, the news flash. And we just paused there for a moment. They were so young, but I understood everything that was going on. And it was like, Mom, what's wrong? And, I showed them what was going on, and they were kind of confused about it. But it was like, I couldn't move. It was shocking that this was going on. So I can remember there were a lot of people in the play group of, people that lived in New York. So they said, "Mom, are we still going?" So I definitely went and hugged up on a lot of the people that I knew that had lost people or were worried, what was happening. So we still went, but the whole day just felt eerie. Just the whole
Mhm.
day.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Right, was, yeah.
There is Michelle. You want to touch it?
Yeah, I wanted to say I remember where I was. I just had my son. He was like a little over a month old. He was born in August and it happened September 11th, right? So he
Yeah.
was a little over a month old, and I was sleeping in the bed. So as you know, with a newborn, your sleeping is not regular, is irregular. So I was sleeping in the bed, and then my phone started ringing. So I woke up and I answered the phone, and my mom's friend was calling me. Said, "Were you asleep? You see the world? I crawled out, I fallen out all over you, all around you. You see the world's falling down all over you." I was like, "What?" She said, "Turn on the TV. Wake up."
Mm.
So when I turned it on, I saw the building falling down. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" It was the scariest thing for this to happen because we've never been attacked in this way that we can remember from outside source in this way. So it changed our lives forever. It changed the safety that we feel forever. Even how you took the airplane changed everything. So our life has never been the same since that moment. you
Mhm.
know and as you said, it affects people because children were born who never met their parents because the firefighters and the people who were in the building, everyone who passed away. So there were children born that year who never got to see their parents or family. So it's really
Mm.
sad. And we always can remember this moment you
Cool,
know
cool. G. Are you trying to make a comment? Well, can you dial 706 707 8952? Yeah, it's a temporary new number. And we're going to get back our old number, but they're doing some transitioning for us. We're upgrading on our telephone system. So we have a temporary number for this week, 706 707 8952. All right. Alrighty, cool. Donna says, because you know I have to read everyone's comments, right? Donna says they are driving around on the buses with the flag representing the false flag operation. She also says it's an illusion to conduct nuclear test experimentation to cause Americans with disability. She also says, I don't have time to embrace illusionists. We are definitely plugged into the matrix. Okay. We definitely take what we hear what you're saying,
Mhm.
Donna. We have heard what you're saying. Okay, Jai, the respecter. Myra says, blessings and thanking God for friends. Blessings to you,
Blessings,
Myra.
man.
Blessings.
Thank you,
Amen.
Myra.
Yes. The respecter, did you want to touch that?
I just happened to be at home. I got a call from New York.
Mhm.
And I said, turn your television on. And when I saw the first plane, it didn't seem to me like it did any damage to the building. Honestly, it just hit, the nose hit, and then it fell to the ground. And when the second one hit a little harder, but to the target area, I don't see how that brought the whole thing down.
Okay. So you're another theorist.
Now I'm just telling you what I saw. I'm using my own judgment.
Okay. Donna says the bomb is right there on Lithonia to prove it. Mad crazy.
Good night, Donna.
Call
Go to
from
bed.
Fuji.
All right. Blessings to you, Cool G. You're live
Hello,
on the
hello,
air.
G. Whole panel.
Hi, Cool G.
Blessings to you all. I remember with the 9/11, after this incident happened, the first thing was we were looking for my cousin because she worked there on the first floor with the children. But we found out that with all the dust, she ended up into a store and had a terrible asthma attack. Also, we found out that a friend of the family, he had to go to investigate the site, and he was describing the site to us about all the parts that he saw, little pieces of people's body, and he felt very bad about that. But
Oh,
the only memory I can really tell you that haunted me was when I went to the renewal of it. And I went, I was there, but then when I went downstairs to the basement part, I felt so, it's like a odd word. It's like there's a present there. I couldn't stay there. I had to leave that building. Like,
Okay.
it was so scary. I just, I started feeling nauseous and dizzy, and it, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But my blessings out to each and every one and your family. Y'all just stay safe, stay focused, and always stay humble.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. Thanks for calling
yes.
in and
Thank you.
sharing that with us. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad those family members are okay and those friends are okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Donna says Donna's on a roll here. Donna says, so what about building 7? And she says, good night, respecter. And she also said the bomb is right there in Lithonia pretending to be Donna Moody. Okay. Okay. All righty. So let's move on from 9/11. So let's hit Jamaica, and then we're gonna
Mm.
hit the one of our other listeners out of Miami, Florida, with "Do Black Folks Let Poverty Look Cool?" So before we do you want to touch something light, or
Yeah,
should we go
touch
on straight?
that. Touch that and then Jamaica, because Jamaica is kind of heavy, eh?
Jamaica's heavy. Okay,
It's
all righty.
kind of heavy.
Donna once again says the people jumping out windows that don't even open on the 90 something floor. That's so stupid. No one would think jump out the window. Donna, Donna, go to bed. Okay.
Well,
So,
Donna, the windows are shatterproof.
okay.
Shatter.
All right. Yeah, Donna has a theory that the government has is the one who bought down the
Mm,
the twin towers. So, and
mm,
she feels that it's a hoax and people are living underground, which I'm just don't understand that. But anyway, so to make it light before we get heavy again with Jamaica politics, um, do black folks let poverty look cool? I think they do. I think they do call um listener Permet, I think is the name. Thanks for sending in the question, but I think that black folks do let poverty look cool because persons that are on um persons that are on public assistance, TFAX and all of that, they are the ones with the best nails, the best hairstyle. They're wearing the most in name brand clothes, and yet they are supposed to be poor. They are supposed to be low income. So yeah, I think they're making poverty look cool. Anyone else want to touch that?
The term is called hood rich.
Period.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Hood rich.
I agree. Just making the best out of what you have. Like,
God, no.
What
And
do
it's true, and that's
and
what
you
I
do
said.
it in a
Even
unique
what
way. Nobody's
mm,
doing it like you.
mm,
Or
You
you
know,
know,
with the nail styles, the hair, the
like,
creations that people
or
create in hairstyles. Like,
I'm
it's unique. It's fun.
yeah. I wouldn't say they're making the best of what they have. I would say you're trying to make an appearance of what you don't have. You know,
True.
so you're
uh,
trying to show yourself to be like,
True.
yeah, I may be living here, I might be living in this building, but you don't know how much money I have. I'm not
True.
one of those other people
mm.
because they want to appear when you look at them, all name brand. Their children are in the latest Jordans that cost $200 or $250. Um, Nike Tech, 100 and something dollars for the pant. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you see someone like that, you're like, oh, I thought they were on welfare. I thought they didn't have that much. Look at them. Look how they dress. Look how the whole family looks.
But
That
you see, we have a
yeah,
us as black people, we have a way of utilizing what we have to make it look good. Okay, not just in food, but also in the way we dress. We can take a cheap outfit and make it look like it's $1 million. You know what I mean? Excuse me, people of color have a way of presenting something is visible, but it's like it seemed like it is there. I remember about a couple of years ago, I went into this store that this guy owns that I know, and there was another friend of his that came up from Florida that was in there with him. And when I walked in the store, he said hello, greeted me real friendly like we always do. And he said to the guy, turned to the guy and said, "Oh, this one of the sisters, they're the richest women in Georgia." And I looked at him and I said, "Don't tell people those things and let them come kill me in here thinking I have money and we don't, you know."
oh my
But,
god,
just the thought, because we present ourselves in such a way that people believe that we have a lot of money. So, we black folks, they have a way of presenting themselves, and that's what it is.
well, you know what I would say. I also that's a point too. I believe as a whole that we're able to do that, but I
Mhm.
feel like when we're talking about people in low income status, is
Mhm.
just because you're there. I don't want people to feel sorry for me and think I can't afford this or my kids can't have this and everybody else is dressing this way. So I have to appear like I can afford it, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're wearing Jordan, like these name brands, and you know how much they cost. You know it's expensive. So it's appearance that you want to show. And then they say what's funny is you see the billionaires who can afford all those expensive brands, and they're wearing brands. Some of them, a lot of them are wearing brands that are no name. You know,
Listen,
Mhm.
a
they
lot
don't
of
want to appear rich. They don't want
They're
people to
dressed
say, "Oh,
down. Yeah.
a lot of them shops at thrift store.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
I used to work with and I used to work somewhere, it's another job of mine when I used to have back in the days. And when I relocated to Georgia, because up north I'd never been to a thrift store. To be honest, I didn't even really know of a thrift store
yeah,
up north back in the days. I didn't
Yeah.
know of one being in Boston or in New York. So when I came to Georgia and I'm at work and I was like, "Oh, I love that shoes you got on. It's cute. Where did you get it?" She said, "Oh, I got it at Goodwill." I said, I said, "It's Goodwill." She said, "Oh, it's a thrift store." She said, "Oh, they
Mhm.
got a lot of. They have wonderful stuff up in there. You can get all kind of things for your house, all kind of clothes, name brand, pocketbooks, all of these." I was like, "A thrift store?" She said, "Yeah,
yeah,
people donate stuff to these places."
mhm.
And she took me there on my lunch break. And I was like, "Now I'd be dead diggity dong." I couldn't believe it. You
Yes,
know what I'm saying? I did
yeah,
get a stereo set from there. I never, I didn't buy their clothing, but I was, and I haven't been in there for quite some time, which I need to go back. I get a dresser. I mean, they have some really, really nice things at these thrift stores. For
yeah,
Yeah.
people who have never ever been in them, you have St. Vincent de Paul, you
Yeah.
have um,
Antiques, some
yeah,
nice
some nice
antiques.
antiques. I got a
Yeah.
lovely, I have a
Yeah.
I got a lovely antique chair from there and I got it reupholstered. And
Mhm.
everyone that comes just loved the chair. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah.
is, I mean, it's
It's
really
a hidden gem, right?
and
Mhm.
you can
Mhm.
find name brand stuff in there. I'm telling you. But when you go in there, the kicker of it, when you go in these thrift stores,
Mm-hmm.
it is, I'm not exaggerating. 90% of the people in there are white, Caucasian people.
True.
So yeah, and you're right. Like I didn't even think about thrift stores. Like I remember someone I was working with, and she was like, "Oh, I can't wait to go shopping." I'm like, "Okay, so where you going?" She's like, "I'm going to one of those thrift shops." I said, "What?" In my head, of course, I'm not gonna react out loud, but in my head, I'm like, "What?" But she was like, "Yeah, and this have some nice things." I said, "Okay," so I went with her.
Yeah,
She showed me how she goes shopping for stuff. I didn't really find anything for myself,
yeah,
but she found some nice things for herself. And I was like,
Mhm.
amazed, as you said, that look at these things. You can get all kind of stuff there, and
yeah.
they're recycled things. And do you
Mhm.
know how much water is wasted just making one T-shirt? So if
Okay.
you actually can save the environment by going to a thrift shop. But I know, especially Jamaican people, but we're Caribbean people, and we're so proud because you can watch this stuff, right? But somehow, sometimes some of us have this mindset that we're so proud to wear somebody else's something. Like what?
No.
Oh,
And that's a false because the
yes,
same Jamaican that you're talking about, we pack our clothes in these barrels that we wear
yes,
and and you
Send
send
them.
a lot of those clothes down to Jamaica,
yeah.
and our family members took them and wear them. Even to this day, you walk up in there with a shoes or an outfit that they like. Before you leave, go back, go back.
Hello,
Before
exactly.
you leave, go back home. Leave me that dress, then leave me
Uh-huh.
then. So those are just the same thrift. So, and yeah, we could say they know you. We could say
Yeah,
they know us, but
yeah,
still in all, it's the same thing. Myra
Yeah.
says, remember our history. We were taught to dress to impress. We dress cars and clean homes. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
it's, and
There-
then you have to know where to shop too, right? You go to the thrift shops where wealthy people donate, right? Because sometimes they only wear those clothes once.
yeah.
Sometimes they
Yeah.
sometimes they don't even wear them because they're hoping to lose the weight and then they realize they're not and they just donate it to the thrift
Tags
store.
still
Mhm.
on there. Tags are still on there too.
Yeah.
Tags
So
still
yeah,
on
Yeah.
some of those
to just
things.
know where to go.
Yeah, people have to not underestimate it. I'm telling you, not
Yes.
underestimate. The respect to you was
Well,
gonna say something.
I'm just laughing.
Oh, okay.
we
It
we know this. We knew this young lady in Florida that her whole apartment was decorated from a thrift store. One of my sister's friends, and
Oh,
let me tell you something. She show you how she spray paint certain things, and I
oh,
mean that how you could not tell that those things were from thrift store. The
Yeah,
way she
wow.
decorated
it's
that
really cool.
house.
Really cool.
I,
Yeah,
and,
she was living
you
in Florida. Mhm.
And you know how you guys talked about antiques? I remember, so I was visiting someplace upstate. So I went there I went to look inside this thrift store because I started thinking about looking at antiques. So I go in there and I see this poster and it looks kind of old. So I'm like, let me see this poster. So the poster was $4, right?
Yeah,
So I go on my phone and Google it to see how much it's worth. And I'm like, okay. And the poster was selling for like $80 online.
yeah, yeah. You get
Okay.
a
Oh
lot.
my God, we selling for $80, but we got it for $4. So here, you know the funny part, right? So I walked away. I'm looking at it, looking it up, and my son hears me say, "Oh, this is worth $80." By the time I go, my son is at the cashier buying it for himself. I said, "Okay, so give me that."
You see that? Okay. I'm telling you, get some gems. You get some gems and flea markets and things like that. You can get some gems. Big up yourself, Everdeen. Everdeen says hello, everyone. Bless.
Hello,
Hi,
All
Everdeen.
right,
everybody.
let's get down to the nitty gritty. Anybody else wanted to throw anything in there about do black folks let poverty look cool? Jai?
No, I agree with all of you guys.
Okay. All right. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down with some Jamaica. PNP. It's alleged. I don't think that they're protesting the elections.
They're
I
not
think they're
real. It's just
questioning.
the outsiders.
Yeah, and I think they're questioning a lot of certain things, which I think a lot of persons are questioning.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I'm not really too jiving on the beat down of Portland. You know, I already says if there's persons who felt that Andrew was not fit to become president, prime minister again. So if we all are talking and saying that democracy has spoken, then I don't see why they're beating down Portland. And maybe my synopsis on it is maybe if the entire Jamaica was possibly not biased and look at a lot of the issues that is going on, not the issues that are just being taken care of within the last year, but a lot of the issues that were going on, and they were not party oriented, just worried about PNP, JLP, all of these parties, and they were in party area oriented and dealt with topics, the state of Jamaica, then I think better rational votes would have been taken. I also feel that Jamaica needs to once again really check themselves. You had two other parties. I think some of the things that these two, and I'm hearing a lot of people, oh, them all, them forgot sit down, them can't even dress. What does dressing and all of that thing has to do with people bringing a change to a country and making life better for you in that country? Their priorities, a lot of priorities, persons, priorities in Jamaica is not straight. And I think persons in Jamaica vote once again just off a party, because there's some PNP. There was a time when there was a question going around with the camera, and they were asking, so why are you here? What is this protest about? They don't even know. Then
Mm-hmm.
JLP, you have some of the people in JLP, you ask them, they don't even know. They don't know what is going on in their country. All they know that it is time for election and I'm voting green and I'm voting orange. And it's a sad thing. And Jamaica would never come out to the greatness that it can be if all we are looking at are colors and die-heartedness and going from family histories in order to make a decision on whom we see or which one has the best policies to run and the country and to make the country a better place. And that's the sad thing with Jamaica. Once again, it's sad. Once again, it's sad when 39% of the country came out to vote. 39%. They increased, I guess, 1% because 4 years ago it was 38%. So they increased 1%. But
You know, lady, I saw a speech, right, with the opposing party leader, and what he was saying, he was like more or less just agreeing that okay, this is the way of the system, and this was done the correct way, and what have you. I would think he would have protested more against it, um, but it's like he's in agreement with what took place. And I'm saying to myself, I was watching that right before we went on, and I'm saying to myself, how can he agree? You know, I understand that it's the rules and regulations of the voting rights down there and act down there, but at the same time, he's supposed to be the opposition party. So why is he readily agreeing? Was this thing fixed amounts, as we talked about the elites in Jamaica and the group of people that govern things there, the names, you know, these powerful names that govern things. And I'm saying to myself, is he part of this
that we
plan?
alleged govern things in Jamaica.
You know,
Okay.
alleged, you know, and I'm saying is this, were they part of all of this plan, and what is the plan, and really, you know, what are they going to be gaining from this, you know? But I know most of it won't reach to the people, so I'm concerned about that, how he easily is agreeing with the opposition party in terms of the election and the outcome of the election.
Well, I think maybe he's just maybe, and we're talking of, and you're speaking of Mark Golden, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So maybe he's trying to be the
The
I guess
good guy.
yeah, the good guy, to say, okay, democracy spoken. So it is what it is. But a lot of things need to be looked into. Voters that were
Yeah,
not able to vote,
yeah.
a lot of things like that needs to be looked into. All right. So it is what it is, with the country. And I just hope that, you know, all parties can do the right thing for the people of Jamaica. And that's it. And if in JLP is one, so I'm hoping that they do what they are should do for the people of Jamaica. And all of the MPs that have won, congratulations once again to all of them. Congratulations to our prime minister. and you know, hope he continues to do the best that he can do for the people of Jamaica. All right.
Let's hope so. There's a storm brewing heading towards them. Hopefully, they're not being cleansed. It's not funny, but
To
there's
stop
a big
going to
storm
Jamaica.
heading that way. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll
supposed to hit by
pray.
Monday. By Monday night, it's supposed to hit there.
We will
So
definitely pray for
pray
the
for
people
them.
of
Yeah.
Jamaica.
Mm, yeah.
Any other thing you all want to throw in there?
What I want to say is I don't remember who said it earlier, but it's all over the world where people get to be in their 60s and still trying to hold on to something that they should have already been mentoring someone young to elevate them into those seats. People are too damn selfish in themselves. Old
Mhm.
people, old farts who don't know when to walk away from a coaching, from everything in life. The preacher have the assistant preacher sit down for years and years and years and won't elevate that preacher into leadership. It's throughout this in man is sad. That's why
It's
young
not
people,
really.
the new generation is onto it. And that's why they're not showing any respect most of it for older people.
Mm.
Or really don't have their backs.
Yeah.
And I took back what I said last week about AMV.
Why you take it back?
I take because I spent some time watching this week, and she and her husband. I mean, it's this wickedness that they have done to the people of Portland. You
Mm.
know, money that come in they come to them for the people, and how they treat the people. Sad.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Um, real quick, since we're on Jamaica, real quick. Police standoff in Mandeville.
That was crazy.
4 hours.
Correction, not Mandeville,
4
Galdeville.
hour.
Galdeville.
Galdeville. Okay. 4 hours of standoff. Imagine, where did this guy get all of this ammunition? Somebody need to speak.
How much
Need to
shot?
be
How much casing? Wow.
somebody
Mm.
need to be accountable for this. They need to raid these wharf, raid these MPs office. Somebody need to answer to how one individual can have so much ammunition, then is going to say he didn't have no money to go to the supermarket. It's alleged. I mean, this is an atrocity.
No, it is.
It
It's
is.
seriously an atrocity. You know, it's madness. How can one person have that amount of ammunition?
It's the storehouse.
Yeah,
The
Wow.
storehouse.
yeah. I mean, like, that's wild. That's wild. What else you all have on your list?
Lady D, did you hear about the young girl, 19-year-old,
No.
um, Dakara, who met a man, Hispanic man? Evidently conversations were happening online, and she went to meet. He was a illegal immigrant, and he
Mm.
unalived her when he went to meet her.
Oh no.
I
Yeah,
mean, why?
September 5th.
The
Why are
crazy
these children going to meet
Mm.
these people that they do not know? Why? Why do these parents don't sit and talk to these children? And is I just, oh my God, rest her soul.
Evidently, they don't. My niece was in a jury duty. She did day before yesterday, and it so happened yesterday she came and she hung out with me, and she was telling me her experience in there. So I asked her. She said they did send her to the room, she was interrogated. She said, as a matter of fact, she was interrogated, and she said they asked her so much personal things that she wasn't, and she's not the type of person to talk. So she felt so invaded, you know. But she said that she told them that she would not give them a verdict of not guilty with a grown man. She said like he was raping the 13-year-old in the hotel room, taking her to the hotel room and messing with her in the ways that he did. She said it doesn't matter if the girl was wrong or what have you. She said in her mind, she's saying to herself, this is a grown man, and no matter if she have makeup on or whatever, you could tell that this is a child even from talking. And part of them releasing her was also because she worked with children from the age of 13 on up. She worked with them, and she said it really hurt her, to think of going in there and giving a verdict on this man. And she didn't agree with it. But these men are doing these things, and these young kids, they are going out there, some of them dressing like grown folks, so the man will think that they're grown.
Parents, we need to, we really need to talk to our children. We
And
really
I
need.
would like to speak on that, mainly because we think, oh, they 18 and up, they're on their own. No, no,
Mhm.
no. I still think there should be accountability in some type of way,
Yeah.
um, because this young girl, and I'll send you the info. She was, I believe, still somewhat in the care of her parents. So I
Mhm.
don't know if it was a single mother or what. But, I have children, that are 19 and 20, and I'm still kind of monitoring them and still,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
um, saying,
I need
watch, don't be chatting with people you don't know, and definitely not getting in your car meeting somebody somewhere.
yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
Mhm.
You're right. And
yeah, yeah. Go
I
ahead,
want.
go ahead, Michelle, and then
Yeah.
we're this is one our last topic that was sent in. I want to touch that, and then there was this song that's out. I don't think it's copyrighted as yet, but we're gonna touch a snippet of it. It's in regards to the shooting that took place in Mandeville.
Okay, so I'll make it short. I just want to say I'm a parent as well, of my children, and I would say like the older ones. With your children overall, even through their teenage years when they get a little oppositional, it's good to have a core relationship with your children where they know you are the parent and you're going to tell them what to do and you're the authority figure. But at the same time, you should be able to sit down with them and they should be able to share things with you. Let them know what's going on in their life, what's happening with your older ones and your younger ones. That's one. Two, the ones that are under 18, you provide. I do like a talk on my son's phone. Like out of anyway, I'll just say, give me your phone. And I'll go through all his social media, I'll go through all his phones, his messages, and all of that. I don't tell him when to do it. I don't do it every Monday or every day. I do it whenever. I say, oh, pass me your phone. And I go through it. So,
Mhm.
there's different things that you can do to ensure their safety and ensure, they're doing the right thing. A rapport with them where they can talk to you about anything. And two,
Yes,
sometimes you got to check the phone.
that's
Yeah.
definite.
It's
Yeah.
rough, rough on the younger ladies. It's really rough on the younger ladies.
Yeah,
If it's just the mother and there's no father, no big brother, nobody but the mother, it's very hard on that young lady. It's not that she's not obedient to her mother or not smart. It just she's in a lonely position or she feel like, some way that she's not getting attention and somebody's showing attention,
True.
knowing it's the wrong thing to do, but she still take a chance on it. I mean,
it's definitely an attention seeking,
Mhm. That's
especially
true.
when they're
Yes,
going out with these men.
I
They're
agree.
definitely seeking attention, and a lot of parents need to stop being friends with their kids and be parents, and
yes.
teach them and tell them the right thing.
And
Uh,
show them the articles, right?
Yeah.
All of them
Yeah,
was
cause
happening.
he,
So it's
yeah,
real.
cause he was 35. He's
Mhm.
35. No bond for him, of
Excellent.
course.
Oh
Excellent.
boy. He
He-
probably pretended to be like 20
uh,
or 19 or
that's
something.
kind of
But he don't deserve. He doesn't deserve no 3 meal a day.
He sure did.
No,
That's why I said he needed
no.
the penalty. What if we really left?
Whew.
What if all melanated skin people really, really left? Before you answer that, there's this song that Stephen McGregor has out based off of this. And I think that we need more artists to change their lyrics. I don't care what anyone say. We're gonna talk a lot more about that next week. And I wanted for us to at least once a month to incorporate entertainment in our reasoning. Um I think there's a lot that need to be discussed on what's going on in the entertainment field, and some of the things that we could reason on in regards to our artists that are out there. But we're going to talk about what if we really left after this song right here. Listen to this.
Like watching what taking place, and when the only thing I hear, you know, just raving the rifle like he's in the military. But it was a good shootout. That was all I can say. It was a good shootout. Badness again. Jamaica, we have a problem again. When it a go stop, when the madness a end. When tell a friend, say we don't need no more violence in the street. One brown man, 2,000 police. Serious, nothing no funny about it. Can't believe, so when you hear pam 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 pam, oh you be still a try turn gunman. Badness not pay only when it in a song. No somebody you pick up a couple funeral true. Pam 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 pam. Try not do nothing for you, up in a body bag. Protect your no life with everything you know. Take it as a lesson to not gunman. Life I don't give you no for me no. Now see the video when it coming like a show. Now used to see them thing when me did that grow. One at the time you see a woman on the road just a walk. Now I'm when we get so used to this. We desensitized now a true that's it. And every shot I know have a new black chip. Me see badness a come me do.
Well, I'm going to rinse it on my show for Saturday. So tune in for the full of the song. But the song was definitely letting and thanks Jai for sending that over to me. The 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 and that's what we were talking about with the man with all of these shots. What is going on in Jamaica? The bad man thing, and I'm hoping that a lot more artists can start to focus on songs like that to let our youths know that you're gonna end up in a body bag. There's nothing horrifying about being a gunman, a bad man, all of these things. But we'll talk about it more next week. What if we really all left? We have 6 minutes. What if we really all left America and went back to our respective country? I mean, every immigrant.
It was trash.
What really, really happened in America? There was there was a young man who spoke about that, and I'm wondering if people would really try it. And if we were to really try to leave with hands made tail take into effect, would they really, really? That's why someone don't even go get on the Jamaican passport or your country's passport, your dual passports, because would they really lock us down that we cannot leave this country? Because what would they really do? No one
That's
to clean, no one to cook, no one to take care of their children. Do you think, I just want each one of y'all opinion real quick. Do you all think that America will survive if all immigrants make up their mind and say, yo, we're tired of that place, yeah? And even those whom take up the title of Black Americans, whom need to grasp the motherland of Africa and know that's where their ancestries come from. If we all decided to pack up and leave, do you all think America can survive? What do you think will happen within a week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week? Go ahead, Queen, dive in it.
Yeah, it would fall. America would fail. Let me tell you something. People of color, we are the industry, really and truly. And not just one, but all industry. In every field, you find Caribbean people, you find African people, you find people of Spanish ethnicity. I mean, how can they survive? How can they survive? Right now they're having problems with the ones they're deporting to their country. They're having problems. There's short labor, short everything. How can they survive that? Come on now.
Michelle.
Hey, you ready for me? Exodus, movement of the people. Oh,
You sound funny.
All right.
in saying that, it would cause such a confusion. So first of all, yes, the market, the economy would crash because we
Mhm.
spend trillions of dollars. Just black women spend trillions, and other people too spend trillions of dollars just on hair care products. Trillions just on hair care. So we take that trillion from there. We take it from hair and all the things we buy, clothing. They would crash. It would be in a disarray. System would be in a disarray. And then think about it. You said all melanated people. Think about the ones who are married to someone who's white. Like how would they families would be torn apart? Like it would be a disaster. So they better think twice about keep telling us to go back to Africa.
All right. Darespecta.
Oh man, that'd be nice. And you know what else would happen? The good white folks will leave too.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Not just them, the ones who love luxury too.
Noni the Jews. What you think?
No need juice.
Jai, what do you think?
I think the same thing. I think it'll crash, but I think it'll be one of the craziest crashes ever.
Do all of you all feel that they would really let us leave?
No, at some point they're gonna block that off. That's once they crash, it's over. They're gonna be like, "Where are you going?
Listen,
What's your
listen.
passport?"
But you know what? They don't know. Black people are some smart people. Look, we beat slavery. Our ancestors beat slavery, and we're a brand new version, new improved version. Come on now. We will figure it out.
I hope they will
They're
figure
gonna start kidnapping us.
I know, right? Because we will figure it out. Take it back in the days without computers and things. They used to put the path of the road of the Underground Railroad. They used to do it in their hair. The braids were the path.
Listen.
I'm telling you, we are creative.
Again,
We
that
want to go,
happened.
we gonna go.
What you said, Jai?
I said it's gonna crash so bad they're gonna try to turn around and do it to us again.
Yeah, you remember. Listen. I know it's a story and it's in the Bible, but you remember when they let my people go? Man, as soon as they let them go, all hell broke loose.
Hey, you see?
We getting up on out of the air chair. We getting up on out of the air chair. We just thank each and everyone for joining us. You all have a blessed and fantabulously fabuloso evening. I'm hoping that you full joyed the program as much as we full joyed reasoning with each and every one. Definitely be sure to check out the fantabulous programmings on this station, the Lady D Show, each and every Saturdays, 12 to 4 p.m. And All About Love, Nothing But Love, Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. As you're doing right now, tuning into Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's Gripe Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. All righty. And our phone lines, it should be with the proper number, which should be up next week. And we just thank you for listening. If you want to be a sponsor of the program, please hit us up at DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. That's DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. Or hit us up at 470-301-2552. And we most definitely ask you going over to the YouTube channel and like, subscribe so that you could be notified when we're on. And we ask you also to please share to a friend, a family member. Big shouts once again to You Choose Radio. Big shouts again to Victorious 89.1 FM. We thank you all for your support, supporting Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursday, as well as supporting the Powerhouse Radio, DA Powerhouse Radio.com. So blessings upon blessings to all of our listeners all around the world. We want to thank you all for tuning in, Canada and Sweden and Germany, UK, Tanzania, Sierra Leone. We want to thank each and everyone all around the world that has it locked. Tune Puerto Rico, have it locked. Tuning into us. We want to say blessings upon blessings to you. We do appreciate your support. Do share it with your friends and your family and your colleagues. Don't keep it to yourself. And if you missed a part of the program, always go on back over to the YouTube channel, and you could definitely watch the entire show again and again and again and again. All righty. To sponsor, once again, give us a holla. DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. Good night. I thank you from the depths of my heart, because without you all listening, there's no us. We can be talking to ourselves. We're still nice anyway, but we want to talk to you. All right. So blessings and thank you. The Respecta.
Don't forget to let the people know who want to sponsor that you take EBT as well.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
This man, he on a roll today.
Oh
He's
my
been on a
God.
roll today.
Oh, oh man.
Goodness.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I love you guys. You know I love you guys. And I really enjoy coming on each and every Thursday and giving you all my knowledge and the knowledge that I gain through research. I really appreciate you all. And remember, you share this program. Remember, don't forget now, press that thumb up button and share with your friends, your neighbors, and even your children. Love you guys, because you can get a 19 or 18-year-old on this program. It's not too graphic. Love you guys, and thanks again.
Jai.
Thank you guys for always having me. Everybody have a great night.
Noni.
Thank everyone for listening in to Reasoning Thursdays every Thursday. Thank everyone for listening on all the platforms. And Lady D, I did send the link in our Reasoning Thursday, about the young lady and what's going on with that as well. So,
Okay.
again, I want us to touch on a few things that I thought about in regards to that, creating a safe space and place for our adult teenagers, because we have a few things for young people younger,
All
but
right.
that's a crowd to our community as well. So thank everyone for listening. Good night.
Yes, and most definitely be sure to remind us to put it on our list for next week, Noni.
Okay.
Michelle.
Hey, much love, much blessings, and protection over all of you. I look forward to conversing with my fellow panelists and you guys every week. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week.
Debbie says, so true. Blessings, Debbie. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Les Gripe says, good show as usual. Thank you. So big shouts to Debbie, Let's Gripe, Donna, Don Minot, Cool G, and Myra, and all the texts that we received. We want to say, Rowan, big shouts to you. Big shouts to Everdeen, each and every one that is listening in, that hasn't called in or texting or whatever. We just truly appreciate you all. You all can stay tuned right here and listen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to the best in music. And if you have a topic that you want to discuss, please send it on over to dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com, because no topic is off limit, and we agree to disagree. And as my mom always used to say, is not what you say, is how you say it. So check you all on out till next time. Same place, same station, same time.
Arrivederci.
Reba, 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 reba.
Dirty.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. I enjoyed everyone.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.